scatters when you play the beat, play the beat. A brainiac, in fact,
Now press rewind.
Welcome to Brain Squeeze Reactions. Myself, Mark Hector. What are we reacting to now? Tupac interviews. Tupac interviews. And you know, I like to try and find some weird and wonderful ones. And one that has been sent to me is apparently a rare one with Tupac and James Belushi. Both rest in peace. James Belushi is amazing. Now, the film that I remember with James Belushi is a film called K9. So where he gets a police dog. And as a kid, that would be my... Does anyone have like a sick film whenever you're ill? I'd have K9 that I'd watch. One called Three Fugitives was another one I'd watch when I was proper ill, but K9 was always the one, and James Belushi is a legend. And this is an interview on the set of Gang Related, which is one of many films of Tupac Shakur that I haven't watched yet, but I am going to do that. You know, Tupac movie reactions are coming, and I need to set like hours aside to be able to do that. But anyways, this is a rare Tupac and James Belushi interview on the set of Gang Related, August 27th, 1996. So this is going to be amazing. Comment section is for love, it's not for hate. Haters go fuck yourself. This is a reaction and discussion, so just to be clear, I'm going to be pausing and talking. Okay, I'm going to do that. Don't put it in the comments if you don't like it. Why are you here? It's Brain Squeeze Reactions, and there's a disclaimer about discussions, and plus I've got ADHD, so I love to talk. Okay, I can't be quiet or still, ever. And apparently I'm a pirate. I don't know. I kind of like it now. I'm digging it. I just came off the back end of a reaction to T-Pain talking shit about Tupac Shakur. I had to cut it short, man. I mean, I'm dropping it. I'm obviously releasing it 10 minutes into that interview with that fucking DJ academic twat and T-Pain. It was the most embarrassing, humiliating thing I've ever watched. I'm not even part of the culture. If anybody is a fan of Tupac Shakur, I want you to go and watch my reaction of that. I want you to go watch that and tell me that I'm wrong, because I've only been on this journey of Tupac Shakur for a couple of months. So I would much rather hear your opinion on what I'm saying. But I thought it was fucking embarrassing to listen to two fucking nobodies now. In my eyes, they're nobodies now. Bantering on about Tupac not being relevant in 2022 or whatever shit they kind of implies. But anyways, we're past that now. We got Tupac and James Belushi on the interview of set of Gang Related, August 27th, 1996. Let's fucking go.
What, you gotta know everything?
Yeah, she's a general.
Too bad. You're only gonna know what I give you.
You say you gotta know everything. Too bad. You're only gonna know what I give you. James Belushi, you know what? I can see him as well. I can see him. He's got that distinct voice, man. I love it.
Yeah, she's a general.
Too bad. You're only gonna know what I give you.
That's funny.
You have problems in relationships with this control issue?
Not lately.
Not lately? Well, you're not in one.
No, I'm in one.
And?
It's fine, thanks.
It's going good?
And you? What about your relationship?
Oh, that was good. Good transition. Like, I fell for that. She's really good. And how long you been doing this?
Long enough.
Long enough. Evasive answer.
What about
Good.
you?
I'm going to learn from you.
How long have you been doing it?
20 years. Anyway,
Okay.
get back on track here. Do a television series, do an animated Blues Brothers series. Got a movie called Jingle All the Way coming out with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where I play Santa Claus. Very funny, coming out in November here.
Jingle All the Way. I mean, that is one of those films, and he's funny as hell in that. I mean, it is cringe. Like, Arnie's awful in it, and the kid in it. Bless him, man. Bless him. He's an actor. Or he's just always had the wrong parts. Like, he was the Star Wars Anakin, and he's just not the right fit. Maybe he's all right in that, because it's meant to be like a little bit corny. But I do kind of dig Jingle All the Way. There's a couple of scenes in it, like with that dude in the shop where they're fighting over the toy, and obviously the Santa Claus bit. There are some genuinely funny, and a creepy dude that lives next door that's trying to bang his missus. There are genuinely some good scenes in that, but I don't fucking judge, man. I just enjoy judge movies. I just enjoy them for what they are. And Jingle All the Way is that tongue-in-cheek bollocks that you just have on in the background, and it is kind of funny.
Did another movie for this company called Retroactive, which is kind of a sci-fi action movie.
Oh,
very funny role. Very serious, funny, crazy action. Unusual piece. I really like it. I did a little thing with Rob Lowe called The Peril of Walter Wood. I did a little part in a movie called Gold in the Streets, Noel Pearson produced. I went to Ireland and shot it. and doing this. And the Blues Brothers animation and the TV series.
How does it feel to be
The king? How does it feel to be the king?
How does it feel to be the Blues?
It feels great. We just opened up at the Atlanta House of Blues. So don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm just trying to get some head.
Sing it to you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, I told you I was dancing out here. Watch this one, Control Freak.
Oh no.
Yeah, man.
He's had Tupac, he's just turned up. That's hilarious. He just said, watch this one, Control Freak.
He's doing Tupac Shakur.
Oh, Tupac. Amazing.
Tupac, how you doing? How are you?
She's from Mariah.
Okay.
Oh, we don't stand up because she's from the
Oh,
film
you-
place.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Just joking. Alrighty then.
So, what's it been like working with Jim?
One day, you guys are gonna come up with an original question.
It's not going to be today.
Is that the first, second, or third
Yeah,
answer?
that's the first one. There has to be a deeper question than what is it like working with Jim.
I told you about interviewers. See, Tupac knows you all insulted me. You didn't all insult me. I take that back. One or two of you insulted me with the Ed Gordons, the cell block Karen H, that racist bitch that fucking just didn't like him, but then wanted Tupac, but didn't want Tupac, didn't want to talk to other women, and then had a second interview him. So fuck knows how that happens. But they just can't ask good questions. See, Tupac said it himself. Just saying. We're brothers.
That's the first one. There has to be a deeper question than what is it like working with Jim. It's great. It's great, but I could never tell you what it's like. I mean, it's like when you ask people those questions, as it relates to what? What if you have no friends? You don't know what it's like. What if you don't, you know what I mean? What if you've never done a movie, so you don't know how shitty your co-star could be, so you don't know how nice it is to work with somebody who gives a fuck.
Wait, but I can answer that. I know how shitty it can be. And let me tell you, in comparison, he's great.
Tupac's laugh, man, is second to none. That was a genuine belly laugh.
I know how shitty it can be. And let me tell you, in comparison, he's great.
In comparison
Well, I'm not going to see you want names. All you want is names. Now, you work for Gossip Column or are you a journalist?
I'm a journalist.
Okay. Names. He wants names. I feel like I'm in jail and I got to turn in my friends.
It's great. It's not like
You still want to hear more of this?
it's not like it's like a regular friend, not sounding corny, like we're so close friends, but it's not like a regular relationship in the movies where it's based on the movie. It's based on really like, I have a job to do, you have a job to do. What can I do to make your job better? And what can I do to make your job better? I never had a co-star that really gave a fuck. What did it take to get me to do my job? And that's all I ever wanted. As long as you can take away these small things that you might be able to handle that I can't handle. But there are major things that I can handle that some people can't handle. I'll take care of the major things. You handle these little things that I got like pet peeves that I can't get through a movie without. So he's been able to like erase those hurdles.
It's mad, isn't it? Like when Tupac's on any interview, when he just starts talking, you just get sucked into everything and you just want to go, yes, fucking yes, bruv. That makes perfect sense. And it's almost like he's rapping whilst he's answering questions as well. This dude's a fucking genius.
That I can't get through a movie without. So he's been able to like erase those hurdles. So it makes it easier. And that's a first. So now when I go to another set, I can go, here's Jim's number, call him, find out what you have to do.
Yeah, and for me, what he does is,
This would be interesting.
in the scene, Tupac is so present and so alive with energy and music that it's like a joy. It's just you don't know. It just makes it's like eating a great pasta. It's just a joy. But he is a liar.
Oh,
He lies the whole time. I'm tired. I'm on empty. I got nothing left. Camera guy goes action, and he's like,
you know the guy Tim Robbins on TV that's like boosting you up to make money, and he's like one of those confidence guys like on TV, late cable. That's this guy. It's this guy. I got a shovel in my throat. We've been doing this for 13 hours. I'm totally tired. He'll tell you a dirty joke that'll just bring energy to the scene. You know, that's what type. He's not like It's not like he does like acting tricks to get you ready. He just does normal people things, like in the middle of the night he's telling you dirty jokes that you only hear in college. You know what I mean?
A good one, by the way.
Not now.
Okay, I heard a good one last night.
Not in front of them. Come on, don't do it.
No, I can't do it.
You don't
here.
want to be
This is
known
bad. Yeah,
in.
right.
Come on.
Around the world.
In Russia as the dirty old American man.
I'm already going to be known
the
for
dirty
out
American.
of shape man. Today, here's the skinny guy. He's doing the driving chasing. I'm running down the street chasing the bad guy.
You got.
Man, there's such a good chemistry between these two. I have to watch this film. I have to. And I know you want me to do Juiced first and stuff like that. But just listening to the energy that these two have at this moment in time, I think I got to start with this one. I have to, because the energy here is fucking on point.
Got to get that,
We got to do a scene in there about that. About, hey man, I'm tired of chasing after these fucking guys.
I have a stupid question that I have to ask.
Well, at least he said it was stupid,
Yeah,
so
I give him credit.
Okay.
For
So
New
when we go to the
Year's-
second answer now.
Yeah.
For New Year's, which is the decision a new decision you're gonna make in New Year's about fitness and health for yourself?
What's that?
How are you gonna change your life?
Bread is dead. Bread is dead.
More pasta, and I'm gonna start doing like 300 push-ups a day, starting January 1st.
What type of question did that dude just ask? Did he just ask, like, how's he going to change his life? Like, come on.
I could do 300 a day like one day, but then the next day I'm not interested in doing another 300. I feel like, well, that's good for 3 days. You know what I mean? I had to get into the habit of just doing this. I really want to push for the next generation of actors, people, rappers, entertainers, whatever. We need to be more physically fit. Not slim, not buff, just physically fit. Whatever you have, exercise it so that you can use it.
Well, we're both, we're real conscious that way because our instrument is our bodies.
Yeah.
And you have to take care of your body.
And you can't use it. You could be fit and look and act tired, but you can't be tired and act fit. Smoking?
What
Like I
about
said, I'm not on the kick like let's be skinny, let's be fit. Right now I can outrun everybody at this table.
And what about shooting?
For 50 yards.
Yeah. Now, marathon,
No, you
I
got
never
the
knew
wrong-
what the hell they were doing in the marathon anyway. That thing in the Olympics where they go gang of times around. Nigga, what the hell is that for?
Oh,
These
it's
guys
just a short
straight.
run,
Get
that's all
out of
it is.
here. I'm gonna run 50. It's a cop every 50 yards.
That's
Come on.
all. You gotta only do 50 yards to catch the guy, right?
You stayed as a cop every 50 yards. Man, I love hearing Tupac like this. I mean, the interviewers are shit. Just to be very clear, those ones asking questions, you can't insult me on this one. These are fucking awful. But these two just chatting is just what's pulling this along, man. Fuck, this is so nice to hear. I don't know. Is it good vibes, man? Comment section. Tell me there's good vibes to this.
It's a cop every 50 yards.
That's
Come on.
all. You gotta only do 50 yards to catch the guy, right?
Sprints.
What do you get out of acting that you don't get out of music?
Orgasms.
I thought the musicians got laid much more than
They
that.
do.
Yeah,
They do.
really do.
They really do. But I get another sense of, it's just like asking a woman, what do you get out of motherhood that you don't get out of your career? You know what I mean? It's another satisfaction. It's a whole nother joy. It's similar because it's both creative, but it's fun.
How can Tupac suddenly be like this jokey, says orgasms, and then jump in with a line
But
like that?
I get another sense of, it's just like asking a woman, what do you get out of
This.
motherhood that you don't get out of your career? You know what I mean? It's another satisfaction. It's a whole nother joy. It's similar because it's both creative, but it's fun.
Yeah, it was
You
like
do
the other
same
night.
thing.
Yeah,
You
it
got
was like the
House
other
of
night.
Blues thing.
Like the other night, man. Oh yeah, that's true. Because I got a band.
So we same.
So
thing.
I'm catching.
One night he's
catching
at the
what
House
getting.
of Blues. In the morning he's back on the set. You know, one night I'm doing a video. In the morning we're on the set.
Yeah, we happen to be very fortunate people.
We're rock and roll
Yeah,
stars.
we're rock and roll stars. We're
And
actors.
How do you prevent the fame to go to your head?
How do I prevent it?
I
To be
don't.
perfectly honest,
I don't. I let it
I'm
go,
very
man.
conceited. But how the world prevents it is by putting me in jail for a crime I didn't commit last year. That kind of humbles you out. But now that I'm out and I'm free,
What?
keeps me humble. Keeps my
Only Tupac can have the biggest cuss where someone says about how do you make sure that fame doesn't go to your head. James Belushi says, I don't. I just allow it to go to my head. Tupac Shakur drops
Very
this.
conceited, but how the world prevents it is by putting me in jail for a crime I didn't commit last year.
They said, how does the world prevent? You know, he's conceded. That's what he's saying. But he's saying how the world deals with his fame. They put me in jail for a crime I didn't commit. He's fucking genius.
Conceited, but how the world prevents it is by putting me in jail for a crime I didn't commit last year. That kind of humbles you out. But now that I'm out and I'm free,
humbles you out.
keeps me humble, keeps my feet on the ground.
What's the greatest misconception about you?
That's a good question.
There's so many. I'd have to hear the misconception and then I'll break it down. There's a lot though, but that I'm one-sided. That's the biggest one I would think, is that I'm one-sided. All of us as human beings have a dominant and a quiet side. You know what I mean? I happen to be a Gemini.
You too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gemini, and you know what I mean? I'm young, and I'm black, and I'm from the hood. So it's just, you got all these different facets. But I'm an artist. You know what I mean? And I'm hungry for knowledge. So there's no pigeonhole for them to put me in.
Oh,
So
amazing.
they rather just make it look like I'm crazy. That's the biggest misconception.
Where do you live now?
Where do I live? Like what country or what state? What's the street? Oh, at Los Angeles. Got a big house in Los Angeles.
The name Tupac. Why? You said your real name or you
That's my real name. There's nothing artificial about it.
know another Tupac, famous Tupac in history?
There's a gentleman by the name of Tupac Amaru. He was a freedom fighter, warrior, similar to myself, a chief, a leader, and he was for his people. The British told him, you know, give in, throw your guns down, throw your stuff down. He threw everything down. He went in to talk, to negotiate for peace, because the Peruvians was beating their ass. So he went to negotiate for peace. He walks into the palace. They cut off his head, cut off his arms, cut off his legs, tie him to a stake, and put him in front of his people like, see? So that always taught me about giving up. People ask me what my name means. I don't tell them like Tupac Amaru, but I just say it means determined, because I'm determined to never ever negotiate again. We are in the midst of war. Nobody wants me to live longer than, nobody's gonna give me the breath out of their mouth for me to live longer. So therefore, I'm not giving anybody the breath out of my mouth for them to live longer.
No one's gonna give me the breath out of their mouth to help me live longer. I mean, get a tattoo with that. I mean, it just speaks volumes. This dude, every fucking time, whether it's an interview, a song, or just him generally talking, blows my mind.
I'll just breathe deeply and go through this life myself without bothering anybody, without pushing anybody out of their mouth for me to live longer. So therefore, I'm not giving anybody the breath out of my mouth for them to live longer. I'll just breathe deeply and go through this life myself without bothering anybody, without pushing anybody else over. But on the same token, nobody ever will move me from where I'm standing.
I like that, man.
You like that?
That was good,
Yeah,
man.
and then you got to come up with one so they can like
All right.
mix it and have it down the line.
Belushi's about eating. We had
He just says you gotta come up with one. I think that James Belushi, I'm just trying to envision how this is going, because Tupac's obviously talking a lot on there. And I think James Belushi's done this so many times, so obviously James knows this shit. I'm sure it's Jim Belushi's referred to, not James Belushi. I'm sure it's Jim, but it doesn't matter. So I think that he's been there a lot. And I can just imagine him sitting here just watching Tupac talk. And even in that moment where he just said all that and he just blew him away. You know, it just blew him away. And then he said, you got to do it. And he says that he just likes eating or something like that.
Without pushing anybody else over. But on the same token,
just
nobody
here.
ever will move me from where I'm standing.
I like that, man.
You like that?
That was good,
Yeah,
man.
and then you got to come up with one so they can like
All right.
mix it and have it down the line.
Belushi's about eating. We had restaurants,
Cafes.
cheeseburger places, you know. It was about getting off of work before 1 o'clock in the morning, driving home late, and the big danger was
And sitting
falling
in that
asleep.
diner. Remember you told me
Sitting
the
in that
story?
diner, that was a good one.
I'm
Hey guys.
Manuel, you missed it.
Oh, you missed everything. Oh, you missed. Oh, we just finished telling the whole, the meaning of life, everything. You missed it. So you were getting drunk, eating bread somewhere, huh?
Let's talk about Belushi. What's the biggest myth about fame?
About fame?
Biggest
That all
myth.
actors want to be famous. People go, well, you're an actor. You're supposed to want this. And like, when people come up to you and tear all your clothes off, Quit complaining. You're an actor. You're supposed to want this. You're famous. No, our job is, you gave me this jewel. Our job is I've mixed it up a little bit, but our job is to only come to work, give you the best job we can give you, and then move away from the picture. We're not supposed to suck your dick while you watch the movie, or put my finger in your ass while you're watching the movie, or play my record and I'm finger. You know, it's only you buy the shit and that's
on the
it.
back of the CD or on the back of a ticket in a movie theater, it explains what the contract is with the public. And the contract is you give your best in your performance. You don't owe them anything else.
Nice.
You're not producing music as the soundtrack to this movie.
Oh, but of course. You'll never see me in any more movies where I'm not directly involved with the soundtrack. I looked up power in the dictionary and I'm trying to be down with that one.
I looked up power in the dictionary. I'm just trying to be down with that one. I mean, fuck off, Puck. Sometimes, bro, for the past 12 minutes, man, you're just insane.
In any more movies where I'm not directly involved with the soundtrack.
This.
I looked up power in the dictionary and I'm trying to be down with that one.
Madness.
Just like we need to have the premiere at the House of Blues.
We will.
We gotta have a big
Oh,
party
absolutely.
at the House of Blues when we do our big debut.
We're doing our debut on that on the stage. Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do. Fly me to the moon.
Fly me to the moon.
We gotta get it.
I will sing upon the stars.
And how do you feel about having him more a veteran in the rap? Do you learn something from him? His rap?
Every day. That's the good part. I done a movie with a lot of guys my age. Just recently I did a movie with Tim Roth. I learned a lot of things about the craft and about acting, about responsibility. Doing this movie with Jim, I learned a lot of things about life, like in general, like fatherhood, and he like comes with facts about like little things from nowhere. Like, oh, in 1965, this guy did a great song, and he'll tell me that. You know what I mean? And I got to go out and get the song now and find out who sung it.
And then we steal it.
And then we steal it. And the next day, it's the song, you know. And
moving into high burglaries.
We totally like on separate spectrums, but similar. You know what I mean? Both of us are down to earth, known for being down to earth. You know what I mean?
We're artists. It's, you know,
an artist. Yeah, we bring
common.
a freshness to it, I think.
We love the street. I mean, I love the street. I love being on the street.
Yeah, and how is the shit in downtown? Like this beat is kind of more independent, like
Well, coming from driving in limousines and going to premieres and helicoptering to resorts and all the girls and all the fun we have. It's just a little step down being downtown LA, but it's part of the craft. We'll make that sacrifice.
Yeah, it's sacrifice.
Yeah, you gotta make a sacrifice.
Do you think your audience will change? Because, I mean...
These interviewers, man, how are you not rolling with these answers? I know you can't see them, and I can't really hear them, so maybe they are laughing and that, but they're not good, are they? You've got Jim Belushi and Tupac Shakur. Come on, man, just do better with questions. When I get to interview Nancy Fletcher, and when, because we now know it's when I do that, I'm coming with the fire in those questions. Yeah, I'm going to have them written down because I'm going to be nervous as fuck. But I'm going to be thinking about all these questions, thinking about the general responses that I might be getting and where that may lead the discussion. And on the moment, or in the moment, sorry, that may take the question somewhere else. You know, just put effort into this, man, and you'll get better. It's like Tupac says, put the effort into your craft, man. And if interviewing, reporting is your thing, then put the fucking effort in, man.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, you gotta make a sacrifice.
Do you think your audience will change? Because, I mean, movie audience, or are they the same people that want to change music?
I think that unless every kid in the world bought my album, my 5 million, 6 million sales represent that it's not just kids that are my audience. It's not just little black kids in the ghetto or suburban white kids that want to be black. It's America. And I could step outside and you'll see America know me, not just American kids. It's all of America.
That's good.
Right, no doubt. Oh, I love to see this stuff, man. Y'all need to hook up a concert for me. I could come out there. You don't even have to pay me to do a show. No, but I mean, I've been in Sweden a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, I want to take this.
I had a taste of Sweden once, but I
I did
there.
You had a Swedish girl?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a guy. What do you think he's talking about?
Man, the Swedish. Oh, I did. I like it out there.
Dolph Lundgren.
Love it.
Have you been to Australia?
No, I want to go there too.
That's nice.
I want to go there too.
Any plans to tour?
I plan it as soon as they offer the money. I'll be out there.
Oh, Sweden, you go for free.
Yeah, for Sweden, you got action. I'm free. It's just, yeah. In Brazil, you know you got action there. Whoa. I just do a promo tour out there. Me and Jim just boost up the movie out there, you know what I mean? You pay for the hotels.
We're there.
Give me action at the bar.
We're there.
We're in there. You know how big this movie can be in Sweden? All right. Let's get serious.
The most challenging aspect of this movie
2 more
so
questions,
far?
guys.
The most challenging?
So far,
Every day. Getting to the spot.
A specific scene that was really tough.
No, it's not like that. It's every single day we have to get to these intense spots that we left the day before. Because this whole movie is intense. So it's not like you can walk away, have your regular life, and come back to that same intensity. That, to me, is the hardest part, is to find the hell we left off last night.
That's fucking mad with Tupac Shakur. I'm just taking him in, man. Do you know what I mean? I know it's a reaction and people say, like, obviously, all you're doing is fucking milking off things. I'm not. It's hard to know when to pause with Tupac Shakur because he's just constantly speaking in volumes. And they're not just small little parts, they're massive things that are just huge when he's talking about. And the way he challenged that dude, he says, no, I want to know a scene that was really difficult. And he's like, no, the whole thing is what I'm talking about, is a challenge. Because that's how he sees it. He doesn't see these poxy little moments in there, which some actors would actually comment on. He's saying, no, the whole thing I see as a challenge all the time. That's how he faces it head on. Again, it's speaking massively about who Tupac is as an individual.
To me, is the hardest part, is to find the hell we left off last night.
Yeah, we have to go to some really deep places, you know, some really hard places emotionally. And it's hard to let go of it, you know?
Yeah, it is.
For example, what are the specific?
Well, there's betrayal going on here, there's murder going
Deceit.
on here, there's deceit, there's,
Lies,
you know,
con games that you take home with you.
Yeah.
I do.
Does that oblige you to face your own darkness?
What's that?
Does that oblige you in a way to face your own self?
Well, I don't think it's facing it as much as, for me, it's going to it. I mean, everybody, you got to go to your deceit. And it's something that you really don't want to do. You've kind of worked on that, and now I'm a very honest man. I'm very straightforward. It's taken me years to get rid of the bullshit I believe about myself. And then when you play a character who believes his own bullshit, who's deceitful and lies to himself about being deceitful, you got to go to that place in you. So you got to bring it out again. And so you don't want it to stay there too long. You want to put it back, you know.
But make no mistake, the darkness dwells within every man, and no one knows how to reach it any faster than the next man. Some of us just are comfortable being honest about saying this is my dark side, and the other ones of us put on masks or white sheets or suits or uniforms and exhibit their darkness behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Tupac, man. Honestly, bro. How can we just hear that? Do you not get what he's saying there? It's fucking monumental.
Too long. You want to put it back, you know.
But make no mistake, the darkness dwells within every man, and no one knows how to reach it any faster than the next man. Some of us just are comfortable being honest about saying this is my dark side, and the other ones of us put on masks or white sheets or suits or uniforms and exhibit their darkness behind closed doors.
Yeah. Well, and what we do is we go to it.
Yeah.
And we go to it here.
Yeah, and show it to you.
But it's fun because you don't do it alone. You know, he's going there, I'm going there. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
we're both
so
looking at each other like, hey, you're pretty dark.
Pretty dark in here. Yeah, it's dark in here. But we keep even the theme of the movie, you know, we keep a sense of humor about it.
Got to keep a sense of humor.
One more question. Is there anything about your experience in jail that you can turn into a positive, as in, will that inspire you when you're writing it?
Great question. Yes. In jail, I was faced with doing bankruptcy. I was just about to do it. A friend of mine said, don't do it. You'll mess up your credit. Go to the bottom. Don't be scared to go all the way to the bottom. Don't be a punk. fight it out. I fought it out, came out, contract in shambles, everything in shambles. Virtually no movie career. Nobody would touch me with a 50-foot pole. In the rap world, I mean, you could a rape charge or any of that bullshit will destroy you. You know what I mean? Me knowing that I didn't do it, I kept my faith. I didn't blow my brains out with a shotgun and dropped out. Can nothing touch me. I feel like God himself got his hands on me. So 6 million, the only people that sold more records than me with a double album is the Beatles. And you know, I don't want to sell more records than the Beatles. You know what I mean? Then I want to kill myself. You know what I mean? I had the most expensive most expensive album on the chart this year, but I sold more albums than anybody. Nobody could beat me at that. My shit cost it's this $1 million dream that I'm gonna push. You know what I mean? It's everything. It's not stopping. Nothing could touch me out here now.
And
I've
once
been
you
shot.
hit that bottom,
Yeah,
you're free.
where can you go?
You're free.
You're
set
shot,
free.
you go to jail. What could touch me? What actor can give you more truth than me right now? That's how I feel. So that's the positive.
We really appreciate you coming to lunch.
Yeah.
Very kind of you to come and visit
Try
us.
not to eat all the food. Don't drink all the stuff, okay? I'm checking all bags before you leave. I know how many of these is here. Everybody take their own tape recorder home.
Nice to meet you. Take care of yourself.
Fuck, man, that one was good. I enjoyed just listening to Tupac, just listening to him, just engage in every question. But he just took the question and said, fuck that, I've been that, and I'm going to give you something glorious. And I think that Jim was just sitting, just absorbing. But Jim knows his shit, so he's like, 2 more questions. He's completely in control of that, ensuring that this is it. This is all you're going to get, and then we're really going to go off and probably actually go and have lunch. Probably what he's thinking about. But I just think Jim would be in awe of that as well. I really do. I genuinely think that he would have been. And just the way he was engaging, he wasn't not into the conversation because he engaged really quickly. So it means that he's genuinely listening, he's genuinely taking it on board, and he's adding to it. But he's also giving Tupac that whole space to talk, because what he's talking about, I mean, you got no hope of keeping up with that. And I think Jim knows better. He definitely knows better. An amazing one. Comment section, let me know what you feel about that. I thought that was brilliant. Thank you for whoever sent me this one. This is a brilliant one. And I really enjoyed that. And I can't wait to watch the movie Gang Related. Whoosa!